Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome again to another painting tutorial. So today I'll be doing a waterfall scene, and I would like this to be as monochromatic as possible. Although we will be using like 5 colors today, it will appear like monochromatic because the most dominant colors will be just black and white, and everything is like earth colors. So the colors that I'll be mentioning will be listed in the description box below as well. And here are the colors that I'll be using for today's tutorial. We have primary yellow, oxide black, burnt sienna, primary cyan, you can use phthalo blue or primary blue, and titanium white. We'll also be using our fan brush later for the waterfalls, but that would be later. I think that would be towards the end of the video. So I'm using a 12 by 16 canvas board. You can definitely use any canvas size that you have. You can even use a different canvas shape if you want. It's really up to you. I'm just going to teach you how to paint it. But as to the style of the presentation, it's really up to you. So for the background, I'll be using a grayish bluish color. So I'll be mixing my black and white. Okay, I think my black, again, is super, super strong. Oh, super strong. Okay, and I'll be adding blue to that so that it's like bluish gray. This is just the background color, so we will definitely, okay, this is too dark. Okay, I'm gonna add more white. It's too dark. It's more grayish than bluish. I'm just gonna add more white as necessary just to lighten that part. And I just wet my brush just to be able to glide the paint smoothly on my canvas board. Okay, like so. It's really up to you if you want to cover the lower portion of your material. I don't want to paint, I don't want to do a full-on coverage here. I just want this part to be covered because we'll be using a different color for the bottom part. So I'm just going to allow this first to dry. Maybe I'm going to add a little bit of blue here and there just to make it appear more skyy. Because I feel like too much gray makes it more of like dull and very sad. So just to make it more sky-like, let's add more blue. I can also add a little bit of white just to, or you can wait for the paint to dry so that when you use this white and blue color, they pop out even more. Pop out, or maybe pop up even more. It's just a personal choice. All right. Okay. And I would like this area to dry first, and then we move on to the bottom portion of the canvas board. Okay. So for the bottom portion, I'm going to use my black. So we're going to start this backgrounding right in the middle section. So I'm going to first identify where the horizon is going to go. So the horizon is going to go right here. Yeah, very like almost perfectly middle section. All right, just like that. Okay. Like that. And if anything is crooked, it's okay, because you know what? This is not the final look of it. We'll be adding a little bit of distant trees right here. So any crooked line will be, um, it will be as if intentional. Okay, so now we will do a little bit of angling. Okay, so the waterfall is not just going straight like that. It will be more in an angled way. So we're going to start by creating this line like that. Okay, I'm gonna wet my brush. It's too dry, like that. And then I'm gonna color this part black. Very preliminary, okay? Just enjoy this process. This is just color blocking. Okay, just like that. And I'm gonna allow this area to dry, definitely, because this is the waterfall area part, okay? So for this area, I'm gonna mix my black with my burnt sienna. And I'm just gonna underpaint this part with that color. Make sure that it's more brown than black, but just for convenience purposes, because later it will appear more brown because the light is hitting this part. But if you want to color it black, underpaint it black, it's really up to you. You can do that as well. Nothing is preventing you. This is the underpainting, what do you call this? The underpainting stage. So yeah, you can use any color. And I'm gonna add white to that. I'm not washing my brush so that some colors are still here. So I'm just gonna use my white, and without washing my brush, I'm just gonna drag the paint right here, okay, horizontally. Again, we're still in the underpainting stage. Don't worry too much. Okay, like that. All right. All right, just like that. I'm just dragging some white paint. Okay. And now I'm gonna wash my brush out, and I'm gonna use a different brush. Okay, I'm gonna use a different brush for this, for the next step. And okay, by the way, I'll be, yeah, like a smaller brush. Okay, so I'm gonna use size 10, and I'm gonna still use my black. I'm gonna mix it with brown, okay, but more dominantly black. And I'm gonna use this color to create some like mountainous or rocky portion. I told you that, it doesn't really matter if you did the line very uneven. Like it's fine because this area will be uh, painted with lots of rocks anyway, so it's okay. I'm gonna create some distant rocks or mountains. I'll be using a little bit of brown. So just alternately use brown and black and allow the paints to mix. It's fine. Okay, just like that. All right. Okay, now I'm gonna use the same brush. Yeah, I'm just going to create some trees. So just use the edge of your brush, the edge, I mean the tip of the brush to create some branches. You can use a smaller brush if you have smaller or pointy or finer brush. You can do that as well to create these suggestions of branches. Okay. Again, these are just the background trees. A lot, or if not all of them, are just suggestions of what's in the background. They are not really detailed images. They are more like silhouettes. Right? And then here I'm going to use a little bit of brown. And then some black. I'm going to create some pine trees. Again, these are very suggestive of, of what's in the background. Do not just relax, okay? Just enjoy this very impressionistic style of painting. Okay, I'm gonna use a little bit of brown. When the paint is drier, okay, I'm gonna go back to this area. The paint is still wet. That's why I keep on dragging or I keep on smudging the white paint of the background. But it's fine because it will only add more realism to that. All right, like that. Now I'm gonna use my like soup. This is what I call, I don't know what is this. It's like a stencil brush. It's a stencil brush, stencil R2. This is a very old brush of mine. I got this from Korea. So I'm just gonna use, you can see that it's round and it's stiff. And I'm gonna use that to create some foliage. I'll be using my brown and black. Now, don't worry if you don't have this and don't ask me where I bought it because again, I bought this in Korea. So if you happen to go to Korea, you can check this out in one of the art supplies. Again, I mentioned it's stencil R2. Okay, that's the name that I see here. It says Ruben's Craft. Okay, I did not buy this online or anything like that. I went to the store and bought it. So again, I'm just gonna mix brown and black. I'm gonna add a little bit of yellow to that because I want some hint of yellow going on, even if it's not going to be that obvious. Okay. And here. If you don't have this one, you can use an old brush, of yours that has stiff bristles. You can use that. You don't have to have this one, but for convenience purposes, well, I recommend you get this one as well for a similar product. But then again, you are not in any manner compelled to get this one. This is something that I only bought by like I just wanted to try it. There was really no intention for me to get this for this purpose. But when I got it, I saw that the bristles are stiff enough for me to be able to create some foliage like brush strokes without having to um, stress so much about the details of the shape of this bushes or leaves. Okay. Later, I'm gonna go back to that area. For now, let's just go to the water area because that's the most exciting part. I think it is still wet, but it's dry enough for me to be able to layer or put paint over it. So I'll be using my okay, I'll be using my um, another brush because it's too messy already. So I'll be using a big brush, okay, this one. It also has relatively stiff bristles, and I'm gonna get my white. But since my white has already been contaminated with lots of colors, okay, it's good because it's not pure white. And I'm gonna start with this non-pure white color to begin our waterfalls. So the waterfalls should be moving towards this direction, of course. So again, I did not wet my brush, but I'm just gonna start creating some waterfall like brush strokes. Okay, I can tell it's super, super wet. Okay. Okay. Just move downwards, like vertically. Okay, it's okay. I'm going to layer over this. This is the preliminary step. We have to start somewhere before we do the highlighting. Okay, like this. I'm going to correct any areas that needs to be corrected later. For now, let's just start creating some waterfall-like brush strokes. Okay, when you drag the paint, make sure that you're going vertical or diagonal. Don't go horizontal. This just doesn't make sense. Okay. Now we're going to start to create some movement at the bottom of the waterfalls. We're going to create some tiny waterfalls, mini waterfalls somewhere. Like this one is also a mini waterfall. And using this white, okay, I'm just gonna apply the white color right here, like in a foamy way. We want to create, okay, it's still wet. That's why. I'm thinking about getting my hair dryer already just to make this more dry because I'm having a hard time applying the white paint because it's still wet. Okay, let me. Okay, anyway, let's proceed to this area. Still, I'm using white. Just keep on dragging. Drag the white paint. Okay, like that. Okay, sorry about that. It's like 8:20 in the evening, and I can still hear that noise. Right. Again, just keep on dragging down. Okay, don't drag in any other direction. Just pull your paintbrush down, and you're going to be fine. Okay, like that. Okay, I think I'm gonna get my hair dryer. I'm having really a hard time. Okay, so I'm gonna get my hair dryer. You have to like give me a few seconds, guys. So I'm actually getting my hair dryer now. All right. So I'm gonna plug it in and excuse the noise, but we have to do this. Otherwise, we will have a hard time waiting for the paints to dry because it's not that hot today. So the drying time is much longer. Okay, ready guys? Here we go. Okay, I think that's cool. Now we go back to doing some more highlights. I'll be getting more white because my white is already contaminated with lots and lots of browns and blacks. So just get your white, and we'll be using the same brush to continue with the waterfall painting. And just drag, and this is way, way better because now the paint is dry. Sometimes you just have to like be more fast. Okay. But sometimes you just have to also be slow, especially if you're waiting for the paints to dry. You have to be more patient. We'll be using some light play or doing light play later, which I am a fan of, a huge fan of light play. Okay, there we go. And now I'll be adding a little bit of gray colors right here. And this is like a little waterfall in the waterfall. Like that. And then I'm just gonna drag pure white right here to give it some light play. And when you do this, stay horizontal. Don't change your direction because we're trying to follow the natural flow of waters. I think I applied paints too heavily on this area. I'm gonna use my white, mix it with blue, and tiny bit of black. Oh, my black is super, super strong. Oh my gosh. But it's fine, okay? And then I'm gonna create some foam-like patterns right here, and I'm using my fingers to create those patterns. To create some foams. Foams are supposed to look soft. That's why I suggest that if you can use your hands and directly touch your canvas, that would be better because when you use your hands in painting, not just your paintbrush, you are more in control. Yeah, I tried and tested. You are more in control. I'm going to add more gray or black to that so that it turns out to be more gray. Here. I'll be getting my burnt sienna. Give it more brown look. Okay. Okay, now I'll be using a smaller brush. I'll be getting my black. I'm going to insert some negative spacing. Okay, don't forget this part. Just insert some negative spacing in between waters. I'm not even sure if I'm calling it like in between waters, maybe like the inside. Like that. All right. Now we're just going to straighten again the horizon line that I already painted over. Just I'm gonna place them back right there because I painted over those areas. Okay. Okay, now I'm gonna wash my brush out, but I did not really wash it well. I'm gonna get my blue color, and I'm gonna start applying some blue colors right here, like that. Very subtle, very minimal. Okay, I'm gonna get my black, and let's try to darken like this part, because this is like being like, this is like the dark area, a dark area, simply because the light is not really hitting it, so it should suggest some shadow or shade. Okay, all right, like that. Right. Let me just check. This is looking good. Okay. Now I'm gonna use a smaller brush. Gonna get my brown plus white, and I want to make this distant rock appear more like highlighted. I'm just gonna apply some light brown colors, and also right here. Let's apply some highlights right there. Okay, like that. And I'm gonna create some rocks. And using black, let's create some. I'm sorry about the noise, guys. I mean, why do they have to sound like super late in the evening? Sorry, guys. I know that it's not their fault. It's just me. It's just me complaining. Okay, and then I'm gonna use a little bit of gray. Okay, and I'm gonna use more pure white right here. Suggestion of waters there. I'm starting to create some highlights. So aside from my brush, I'm also using my hands directly on my canvas board. Because as I've mentioned, I feel more in control when I am actually touching it. Okay, and now here, we'll be doing the same thing. I'm gonna brighten this area. That. Right, again, just keep on highlighting. So I'm gonna highlight some more just above the horizon line so that we get that shine effect, if I may call it. Oh, no, 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 not shine effect, but brightness effect. Okay. I'm trying to give it some sort of brightness by changing the value of the white color. Some whites are more grayish, okay, and some whites are just pure white, making the area more bright, okay. Okay, now I'm gonna brighten the sky a bit. I think this is already dry. So using my white, I'm just gonna make some watered down white right here, and I'm gonna like use my fingers to spread it, basically glazing the part of the distant trees, making it appear more blurry and making a suggestion of brightness. Okay. So again, this is a technique that you can use not just for this type of painting, but for some other purposes. Even for portraits, you can definitely use this technique if you want perspective. Okay. So I'm just using some watered down white, and I keep on watering. I mean, using my hand as well, my fingers, to glaze somehow these areas. Let me just check it from the camera view. Okay, this is good, but I still have to do a lot of um, detailing. Okay, I'm gonna use some gray color. I'm using some bluish grayish colors. And just use this bluish grayish colors. Like that. I'm gonna get my brown. I'm gonna mix it with yellow, so that we create a lighter colored foliage going on in the background, and make it like place it near that light source. Okay, so the light is coming from the middle, so you can definitely put some brownish yellowish trees just to make it appear more bright. And I'm just gonna add more details right here. Let me just check it. Okay, now I'm gonna use my brush. So I'm gonna use the brush that we used earlier for the water. And I just wet it actually. I did not even put a new, like, I did not put extra paints. I just used the excess paints. After washing this brush, I just used the extra paint that it still has. And I'm just going to use that to cover the some large gaps between the waterfalls. Okay. Gonna use some browns. And some white. I'm gonna use my fan brush. It's actually very thin fan brush. Just gonna use this to drag some paints down. Okay. Again, don't forget your negative spacing. Let me check. Okay, wow, nice. I love it. So now I'm gonna use white again. I'm gonna use my white and I'm gonna create some light effects right here on the sky because I feel that my sky is a little bit sad. I don't want this to be a sad painting. I want it to be more relaxing to look at because that's how that's I just gravitate towards peaceful paintings. I don't like very sad or very noisy paintings, if that makes sense. Noisy paintings meaning something that is very distracting or very disturbing, something like that. Okay. Of course, all artists are different. It's just that my style is leaning towards more peace and harmony. It's like a beauty contest answer. Okay, I'm gonna apply more white right here because I really want this to be the source of some sort of brightness. Okay. I'm applying white just along that horizon line because as the water falls down, um, the light is not really hitting it. That's why. Okay. I'm gonna apply like foams, foamy effect. Okay. It's just about technique, really. Oh, wow. I really like this one. Oh my God. I love it. Okay. I'm going to brighten even more this part because I really want it to be the source of light. Okay. Just bear with me. I'm going to go for more glazing. And I just enjoy this process because all of my landscape paintings involve light, okay? A lot, or if not all, okay, a lot of them involve light play. I'm gonna get my yellow. Let's add a little bit of yellow just to suggest more brightness, but we're not gonna do so much of that color because again, we want this to be more of a brown black painting, just neutral and muted, okay? But we still want to add a little bit of, yellowness to this painting. Not too much, okay? Again, not too much. A little bit of yellowness here and there. But only to suggest brightness, not to suggest any, you know, harsh or too intense yellow. Okay. Gonna wash my brush out. And I want to make this area a little more blue. So if you want this to be more blue, just add more blue colors. And so I'm adding more details. Like this. So I'm just mixing or blending some colors right here so that the painting looks more one, okay, not separated. Right, like that. Let me just check it. Okay, it's absolutely nice. Okay, I really love this one. It's really more monochromatic. Okay, let's make some suggestion of light right here. Okay. Light and contrast. Okay, don't forget the negative spacing. I always tell my viewers to add that negative spacing because that will really make the painting more dimensional. You don't want to miss that one. Okay. Okay, this is absolutely nice. Okay, I think we're done. Okay. But if you want to, so I'm just going to add some final touches just to make it more bright because I want this to be really, really bright. Like I want to suggest some sun here. So I'm going to use my extra white here since I already, I already got them like out of the tube. I might as well use them. I'm just using pure white, making this area really, really bright. Okay. I want to suggest brightness because this is the goal of my painting. Bright and positive. Like that. Again, more brightness along the horizon line. And of course, on the sky part. Mhm. Like that. Okay, this is nice. I love it. Okay, so I think I'm going to sign this now because it's absolutely nice. I'm going to use my black. Okay. And I'm going to sign right here. My signature is kind of big. Okay, and we're finished. Yay! So I hope you enjoy that one, and I hope you paint along with me. If you like this video, let me know in the comment section below. If you're painting along with me, let me know as well in the comment section below. Or if you just enjoyed watching this video without having to really paint along with me, it's also okay because painting is not just for actually painting it, but also to make you feel more relaxed and relate to it. And maybe when you have time already, you can definitely paint along with me. So see you in my next one, guys, and have a great day. Have an amazing rest of the week, and see you in my next one. Bye. Oops.